What the f was that? Alright guys, it's finally time for the Stage 6 Overrange kit for the Piaggio Typhoon. Let's see if it's any good. The first thing I want to do is test this spring to see how much force is required to close the spring fully all the way, which I did in one of my recent videos, Disaster Strikes in the Pursuit of Maximum Speed. Go check it out if you haven't already. So on here we've got a few little markers. 58mm, that's probably the gap from there to there, as someone pointed out to me. So we know that now. I'm not sure what this 4 is, I think that's the gauge. Maybe it's 4mm thickness. Yeah, it's gotta be. So we're gonna stick it on these bathroom scales, dead easy way to test. So we're gonna stand on it, see how much force is required to compress the spring fully all the way. And then we'll have an idea of how this spring compares to my other spring. So it's about 50 kilo. All right, so it was about 50 kilograms to compress the spring fully all the way. Now that puts it somewhere in between these two blue Polini springs, which again are very soft springs. You've got, this one says 20 kilograms, this one says 23 kilograms, and this one was about, I think, 49.3 kilograms to fully compress, and then this one was over 50 kilograms. So that puts this somewhere in the middle. And the funny thing is, these two right here are both stage 6, and they both say medium, but they're very different. This one was about 65 kilos to compress, and this one's only 50 kilo to compress. And obviously the sizes are different too. So we will probably end up trying this, and if I don't like it, we'll probably try and run a stiffer spring even though it's bigger and see if it will work or not. Hopefully it will. Otherwise we're stuck with this medium spring that's shorter but not very aggressive, not very strong. Okay, so we've got the casing off. Now we're going to start taking the old CVT out. Okay, so that's done. This is the Molossi belt that we ran. It's not for an Overrange kit, but it's just a Molossi belt that's not made for this bike. It's too long. It looks like it's been slipping on the top here. Got all that black line. I think it was slipping like crazy. It was just sloppy all the way through the rev range, all the way through. It was no good. So in the last video we shaved this down, and it wasn't perfectly flat, but it was good enough that it wasn't catching anymore on the transmission cover right there. In this side of the CVT we're running the Stage 6 fully adjustable clutch with the red springs, the stiffest ones you can get, and I still feel like it engages a little bit too early. And the Stage 6 strong contra spring, it's very strong. I think it was 75 kilos to compress the spring fully all the way, and I don't even weigh 75 kilograms, so yeah, I had to push myself down just to get the spring to fully compress. So it's a very stiff spring and I do like it. So I'm really hoping this Overrange kit's going to be worth it, and hopefully I can use these stiffer springs if I need to. Jesus. Now we're going to want this little plastic seat. There's some Polini parts I'm going to put into this new CVT casing with these Stage 6 parts that just help the contra spring open up and twist without binding, so it doesn't get like stuck and jam a little bit, which is what happens without them parts. I've got to fully assemble this torque driver, and they glued it in here for some reason, so it's got a few little bits of crap stuck on it from in there, but never mind. I should probably read the instructions. Ha! Gay! Am I so dirty? What did I just touch? Damn. We don't need that plastic piece. I can get rid of that. Yeah, look at this. Oh, that looks so nice. That looks really cool. So I'm just going through the instructions right now, and they talk about having to shave bits down right here, but I don't need to do any of that. I'm pretty sure everything's just going to clear with this engine, which is mint. Saves me a lot of hassle. But it does say, if you look right there, you probably can't see that, there's a little number, 38, and then on the next guide over there's a 41, and it says that if you've got short gearing, which I think this bike does, it's not long gearing, it's not got like a gear up kit, which I'm guessing that's what they mean, then run your guide pins in the 38 grooves. 41's more for longer gearing, so we're going to run it in the 38 and see if that performs well. If not, we can try it differently in the future. I do like the surface they've coated it with. It's almost like, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like ribbed.
Rib for her pleasure. Ew.
So it should grip quite well, and they've coated it in some sort of ceramic coating to help it last longer, and they go into like heat dispersion to keep it performing well when you're racing. It goes into quite a lot of detail on why this is a good CVT system to use. So, you know, we'll try it and we'll see. We'll see. A lot of people online are saying that it's crap and that Molossi's the best. And it might be, Molossi might be great, but this might not be crap. We'll see, we'll find out for ourselves. Now it says if you want to clean the surfaces, only use washing up liquid and water. Don't use anything else, brake cleaner or general purpose cleaners, because it can destroy the coating and interfere with the belts. They also say don't use a belt that's not Stage 6 or others, because those belts might have some sort of fibers in them that destroy the coating on this particular pulley, but we're probably just going to try other belts at some point if I don't like this belt, if I don't think it's any good. Because I mean, I think it's a bit short, to be honest. 805 millimeters long. I was running a belt that I liked that was 826 millimeters long. It also comes with 3.5 gram rollers, which are very light. I run 5.5 grams, so we'll try these and we might have to change them back out for 5.5s or mix and match and see if we can find something that keeps the bike in the right RPM, because that's what rollers do.
That's not what it does.
That is what it does.
That's not what it does.
That's what it do, Yugi.
So I get people asking me all the time, what rollers should I run in my bike? It depends on your exhaust system and your cylinder kit, okay? Where they make peak power, which is your power band, your rollers are designed to keep the engine revving in its power band. If they're too heavy, it's gonna rev under the power band at lower RPMs. If they're too light, it's gonna over rev past the power band, and again, you're gonna lose power. So it's not heavier is faster at top end and lighter are faster on acceleration. That's a myth, that's not how it works.
It's false. No way. It's totally made up. Pure fiction.
That's not how rollers work, okay? And we've got some soap and water in here. Just make sure these surfaces are nice and clean. But I'm looking forward to this. I think this is going to be a good upgrade. I hope so. I like the fact that it's all ribbed, and I think it's going to engage really well and stop belt slip, and hopefully the bike will wheelie all the time now. Just when I set off, it'll just wheelie. Let's get these seals in place first. So the larger one goes at the bottom. Just trying to be dead careful here. We're using Malosi's MHR 7.1 grease. I'm a little bit nervous doing this, I'm not gonna lie, because I want it to be perfect. You know, this is really important. So we're gonna grease up the inside of here first, and just be very, very careful not to get grease anywhere we don't want it. Oh, I am nervous. It's only on that one finger, okay. They say in the instructions not to pack the grease into these slots, so we'll try and avoid doing that. We'll put some in, just not too much, don't really pack it in there. We'll just get a little bit of grease as well and just rub it on this shaft.
Oh, hell no, man. What the?
Just got to be really careful. I just don't want to get grease on anything I don't want to get it on. So let's put this piece onto here now. Perfect. So we've got the guide pins, we've got them little circle bits as well. We're going to get rid of them for now. I don't know if I need them or not. So yeah, that goes in there like that, just like that. And then I think we're going to put the circle bit on the end. So we'll just slide that onto there, like that. Push it in, just like that. So I've just put the circle piece right on there. I think that's right, it looks right to me. The next one. Right, we've got one more pin to do. Again, just slide her in. We're going to start greasing everything now, so I need to get another pair of gloves. All right, here we go. Let's go crazy with the grease. No, we're gonna take it easy. You know, we're gonna take it easy. There's some slots there that aren't really being used, but we'll put some grease in them. Okay, we can add more if we need to. Let's start rubbing it all into the holes, into the grooves. When you put your contra spring in here, you want to make sure it doesn't bind. It's binding a little, like it's hard to turn is what I mean by binding. Like it's seizing up in this little slot. I imagine once the paint's come off from spinning constantly here and there, it will move more freely. But if we try it upside down, yeah, it feels the same really. That seems a bit more free to me, but that's why I say I run the Polini part. Plastic piece fills this gap, you put a metal piece on it and it just spins so easy. So here we have the Polini piece I was telling you about. This plastic piece, slot that down that way, into there, fills up that gap, put this piece on here, and then it's made it, you know, stick out quite a bit further, but look at that. Spins so freely. Right, that's on. Went on quite easy at the end there. Let's torque this up. I know you all love this gun when I use it. It's not that powerful, honestly. Stop worrying, it's fine. Wow, where did the spring go? It is vanished. Look at that. It doesn't spin anywhere near as freely as the last torque driver did, but maybe it just needs a bit of a heat cycle. Like there's grease in the bearing back there, and once that just melts and gets a bit softer, I'm sure it will spin more freely, but that looks good in there, doesn't it? How good does that look? So we'll take this out, and we're running 5.5s right now in here. This is the Polini high-speed variator. So let's have a look at the insides. They look pretty similar to me. I think the ramp angle in this one's more aggressive. This one looks a bit more gradual. This one looks like it's instant. Don't know if you guys can see that in there. Have a good look. And it comes up steeper too to the end. This doesn't come up as steep. The angle looks pretty similar to me. 99.7. And then the other one, the original Polini one I was using, is 97.8, so it is a little bit shorter. This is 134.4 millimeters, and then the original 133.6 millimeters. Okay, so it is a little bit bigger, a tiny bit bigger, which is good news, but only if the belt fully uses that new circumference. If it doesn't fully come out to the end of the circumference, then it's pointless. Wow, that is hefty. Look at the size of these, like the guides where they slot on. They're massive. Look at the guides on my Polini kit. In comparison, what a difference. That is ridiculous. And we're not going to use the shims, I don't think. We'll see if we need them, but originally I couldn't get shims to fit on this bike. There was just not enough room on the end of the crankshaft to get shims in between the variator and the pulley. So we've got this little washer right here, this spacer, and I'm guessing it replaces this one. Yeah, they look about the same. So that's what we'll do, we'll throw that on the back. Literally just there, guys, in case you didn't see that. Just goes on here.
No, stop it, Gandalf.
Like that, to the back of the crankshaft, in front of the gear for the oil pump. So it comes with 3.5 gram roller weights. We're going to use them, and I would say that they are directional. I'll explain that to you now, in case you didn't know. Not all roller weights are directional, but I'm going to say these ones are. They look like it to me. And basically what that means is it depends on which way the variator spins, but can you see how there's more metal on this side, and on this side there's almost no metal showing, it's just all plastic. You want the plastic side going to the right as you drop them in at the bottom, so plastic side to the right like that. We've got more surface area on this side where the lettering is to rub against the variator side as it's spinning. They're going to get pushed in that direction, so you want that side in that direction. I don't think it matters massively though, guys, but that's just what I try and do. But like I say, some aren't like that, they're just identical on both sides of the roller, so I just put them in. And yeah, these are probably going to over rev, but we'll see. Oh, is that right? What do you guys think? I mean, got a little bit of wiggle room in that. Yeah, both got wiggle room. Same size, 14.1 mil, 14.2 mil. They're about the same. Ooh, that is snug. Let's move this little line out the way there. That's kind of in the way a little bit. Oh wow. Hopefully the belt doesn't start catching this. That's crazy. This thing does not want to come off and on nice and easy. Why is it like that? It's like stuck on there. Oh, there goes a roller. It's stuck on the crank for some reason. Oversized racing belt, Kevlar reinforced. Apparently it's oversized. 805, 18.6, 10 millimeter. It's 10 millimeters down this way. That's the only difference I can see so far. 18.6 is common. 805 is shorter than what I was running, and then it's a 30-degree angle. I can't tell you what the angle is on my old belt, I'm not sure. There's no arrows on this, so it's always words facing up, so the words want to be on top. What I mean by that is that the words should be facing you when they're on top and easily readable, not facing into the casing. So we want to put it in like this. 99.99, 106.8 apparently. What? Seriously? What? Look at this, look at this. The oversized pulley is way smaller. What the hell? That's weird. Why would the oversized pulley be smaller? I find that so strange. We'll run it and we'll see what happens. We can always put this one back on. Yep, fans are the exact same thing. It just says something different on it, oversized. And it's not destroyed like my other one is. Yet. It's not destroyed yet. Just give me a minute. Right guys, that's it, it's assembled. The belt will end up sitting further back in here, and this should hopefully not rub, but we'll find out. It shouldn't rub. Yeah, we just need to start the bike, let the belt seat, and then we can take the casing back off and have a quick look if we want and see where it's at. Wow, it's revving high that before it engages. I feel like the revs are dropping way faster than they did before as well. Not wheeling. That is aggressive and dead. Right, so we're going to take her for a ride and give her a little test. I feel like those Variator roller weights, 3.5 grams, are going to be way too light and it's going to over rev. Oh my god, that is seriously over revving. That's way too much. No, we can't ride it on 3.5 gram rollers. That's insane. We're gonna have to change that already. That's insane. Yeah, oh my god. Either we're getting belt slip like crazy, or it's just over revving. Okay, take two. We've got the 5.5 gram rollers in this time. Let's see how it is. Better. Might still be over revving a little bit though. Might have to go a bit heavier. I mean, it moves, but no different than usual. Feels pretty similar to me. I feel like she's over revving still, which is a bit weird. Yeah, that is revving so hard. And it feels slow. 43 mile an hour, that is terrible. That's absolutely terrible. What I had before was a way better setup. Take three. This time I've added 6.4 gram roller weights, and I've removed those little Polini parts from the torque driver, the little plastic ring and the metal bit that the spring sits into. I've took them out because I think they're stopping the torque driver from opening fully all the way. So that means that a larger spring as well might have a similar effect. So we might have to just run this short spring, and I would like a stiffer one. I'll have to see if I can get any Overrange springs that are stiffer than this one. What the f*** was that? Did you all hear that? Jesus Christ. Right, back it up. It'll be the fan. It's done this before with my other setup where the plastic fan come off. Tightened everything, so I'm not sure why it's done that. Oh man, just one of them days. It's just one of them days. So what I think happened was the backing plate seems to be getting stuck on the crankshaft, and it must have not gone all the way to the back like it is now. So when I've tightened this up, it was still actually loose. It wasn't all the way seated, and then it's just wiggled around, and the nuts just obviously lost all tension. Another thing I've just noticed now is how far the pulley and the gear, the starter gear, is sitting onto the splines, so it's leaving some splines exposed. So I'm gonna have to run a shim or two to bring this out a little bit so that it sits more kind of like that, and then the nut will actually bolt against it and hold it all into like tightly in place. Give her another quick test. 4 times the charm. Let's see if this works. Whoa, fucking hell. Okay, it does feel a bit more aggressive now. Whoa. What the f***? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, that feels quick. That feels fast. Oh my god. That's 6.4 kilogram rollers. That's definitely different. And obviously I'm running shims now. I'm running 3 shims, which I've never been able to run before, so the belt fitment is better. Oh my god, that was actually lethal. That was a bit scary, a bit dangerous. Oh my god, yeah, she's flying. Jesus Christ, that feels quick. Oh my god. Oh, and it's shredding the belt, by the way. This new torque driver setup absolutely eats the belt. Every time I take the casing off, you can just see all this like fluff from the belt, I guess. So it's eating the belts. F***ing hell. Yeah, it's faster. Oh my god, it feels so fast. Jesus Christ. Feels aggressively fast. Yeah, I think because of the Polini parts we had inside the torque driver, it was stopping the torque driver from doing its job properly. 52. Okay, so she does feel alright. Feels pretty good. I think maybe the rollers are a bit too heavy. Yeah, maybe just a little bit too heavy now, so we can try the lighter ones and see if it's any better. Right, so she's definitely along the lines of where she was now. Maybe better than it was before the Overrange kit, but not a major difference, but definitely a noticeable difference. I might get some heavier rollers and just try heavier and then try lighter as well. So yeah, we'll try the lighter ones, and then if they're no good, then we'll try a bit heavier. I think I've got some 6 gram weights, so we can try them out. But yeah, not bad at all. Let's sit a little bit further back and see what happens now when we rev it, now that I'm sat on the back. No, it's not wheeling. Unless I pull it up, then it does wheelie. There's a very strong smell of rubber, and I think it's the belt burning, because it's just getting rubbed off, because the CVT, this new Overrange kit, is designed to kind of eat the belts for more grip, and it really does eat the belt, and I can smell it. How long is this belt going to last before I have to change it? Yeah, that's better. better than it was before, but better than the original setup I had. It's pretty similar, I would say. So with a bit of fine tuning, if you give me some time, I reckon we can get this Overrange kit performing better than the original setup I had. And you'd think so for 300 quid extra, wouldn't you? It's been like 3 days since we last was filming anything on the bike. I've put 6 gram rollers in now, so we've gone from 6.5 to 6 gram rollers, and I've changed the belt to the Daco belt for the Gelera DNA, because I reckon it fits better. So we'll find out, because that stage 6 one that came with the kit, the belt fitment's just not very good, and I don't have any more shims on me, and even if I did, I don't think it would make the belt any longer. But let's see if these rollers are too light. It feels well aggressive. Yep, that does feel pretty good. It might be over revving a little bit. Alright, we've got to try and get through this traffic. I was expecting a lot more from the Overrange kit, to be honest, and it's not really delivered, but let's see if we at least get a better top speed when we get up here. But yeah, I think if I want any more out of this bike, I'm just going to have to get a more powerful cylinder kit. I don't want a gear up kit because it's not top speed that I want, it's that aggressive acceleration and like wheelie power. When I bought the cylinder kit online, the stage 6 street race kit, it did say low down torque, wheelie power, and it just doesn't really seem to wheelie. Like, I don't know what's going on with it. If I want a stiffer spring than this one, but I need it to be that shorter size, Polini do stiffer springs than the 2 that I've got currently, so I could try some of those. Oh, it's nice round here. Don't know if you guys can see over the wall. Yeah, she's over revving. 55, struggling. Yeah, we're gonna need heavier rollers. So I even tried like sticking my knee out there to get the bike to come to the left, and it just doesn't work. I don't know how people turn the bike when they're on the back wheel, because it is not working for me at all. Yeah, so I think what we're going to do, guys, we're going to go home and get the 6.5 gram rollers in, and then we're going to order some heavier ones, order some stiffer springs, and get some shims as well, and just see what we can figure out. Where are the piggies? Oh, there he is, there's the pig! Oh my god, they look great. Oh, I love the pigs, man. Pigs are awesome. Pigs, oh my god, actual pigs. That's crazy. They look like the front of them's all like white fur halfway down. It's brown, and then the front's just all white on all of them. They've all got the same haircut going on. Okay, so we've got 6.5 gram or 6.4 gram rollers back in the bike, and we've changed that front pulley to the original stage 6 pulley I was using, which is larger, and we'll see if it makes any difference. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to order some heavier rollers, order some stiffer springs that are the right size from Polini, and we'll try that and see if that works out any better. But she's almost dialed in now. I think this is as good as we're going to get the bike without changing the cylinder kit for a more aggressive one and running premix. And maybe if I was to change my gear cover from the standard gear cover to the one that's got the bearings in the casing that allows everything to spin more freely, maybe that would also free up a little bit more power. And obviously when we go premix, we're going to delete the oil pump. It's one less thing for the crankshaft to have to power and turn. Yeah, that feels way better already. Yeah, that feels better. A lot better. Oh my god. I have to get heavy on the brakes then to that speed bump. Ah, fuck. Yeah, she's still revving really high. And that's with the 6.4s in. So yeah, just a little bit heavier on the rollers, which is crazy. I never thought I'd be going heavier on the rollers at this stage in the build. God, she's loud as f***. Is the air filter still on? Hold the f*** up, but the air filter's on, but why is it so loud? Oh my god. Oh, that's so loud. I know you guys are loving that. Yeah, she's over revving. We're getting 58 on this downhill. Now we're only getting 54 then, I think, 55. So The belt, the fitment's mint on the belt, and I doubt it's slipping. With it being ribbed, it really bites into the belt, so I don't think we're getting any belt slip. Yeah, we definitely need to get some heavier rollers and see if that helps. Maybe get a stiffer contra spring as well, and just see if it helps with the acceleration a bit more. But I think we're getting closer now. We're getting her dialed in. She's almost where I want her to be. Just a little bit heavier on them rollers, so she's not over revving. Because if we're getting 10k then 10,000 RPM, that's too much. Definitely too much. So I'm guessing these parts are lighter, and maybe that's why it's over revving. Because obviously we're using heavier rollers than we used to use on the old torque driver setup. So it's got to be that them parts are lighter, and that's why everything's spinning faster and getting to higher RPMs even with heavier rollers. It's got to be that. It's got to be. Unless someone else knows, and I'm not quite in the right ballpark there. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, we'll turn around and head back. It's so nice around here. I really need a bit of a faster bike. So you know what? I'll build one. Even out of a 70cc, I reckon I can build something faster. But we're probably going to have to at some point look at getting something a bit more of a big boy bike. 125s, 180s, that kind of thing. And I'll discuss that at a later date and why I haven't done anything like that before. Is that a Lexus IS 200? It is. Oh, hey. Alright, let's play catch up. Come on, baby, come on! Get up! Heavier rollers will definitely help. I think it's revving past its power band, so that's why I'm just struggling to lift up as much. I've never been up here on a scooter before. Oh, this is nice. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this. How have I never been up here on the scooter when I've had the scooter for like over a year? That's crazy. Oh, this is so much nicer on a bike than when you come up here in a car. You're just flying around all the corners, but come up here on a bike and you're chilling. Oh, it's a beautiful road. Yes! Hey, that was good. Oh, this road's sick for racing on. So smooth! Ah! Oh yeah, she gets in them corners good. Oh, this feels sick! Like a real racetrack, yeah! I've hardly done any cornering on this bike, so it'll be good to come up here and get some good practice in. See how low I can get it. But probably want to get better tyres than these knobblies. Right, I've got bug splatter proper on my visor, that's crazy. That's disgusting, can y'all see that? That's gross. Oh man, it's so good up here, look at this. I'm coming up here from now on. This is my new spot. Imagine doing that when you could be doing this. That's crazy. That's crazy. Getting better. I'm getting better. Oh, these roads are great. Look at this. Look at that lean on. Leaning on her ped. Let's take this one sharp. Yeah, she's over revving, man. She's over revving. Oh, yeah, she f***ing hooks on me a little bit there. We gotta back down. That's what good brakes are for. Oh man, I don't want to go home. I kind of want to stay on this road. I'm having the time of my life. I had to bring her down there. I was losing my balance. What's down there? Hopefully not me. Oh, it feels so good going over that left turn and up over the hill into a right turn. Over revving. Oh shit, are we out of fuel? Fuel light just came. Oh, my fuel light's coming on. Oh shit. Alright, we need to get home. I don't know if I can actually make it home. Oh, I was enjoying myself so much. Yeah, fuel light's on. Oh my god. How long will it last? I have no idea. Time to go. Time to go. Probably because she's revving so high, we're using more fuel than I'm used to using. Damn, that's crazy. I got through a full tank on that one little out and about. Oh, no way. And I don't have a fuel gauge. I could wire it in, I've just not done it. But yeah, we need to get home, so let's try and get home economically and just chill. We need a petrol station, that's not good. And there's literally none around here. Closest thing to me having petrol is getting home. It's in my garden. Man, am I gonna make it? I hope so. The only time I've ever had that fuel light coming on is when I'm on the back wheel and the fuel's not quite getting to it and it's obviously running low. I've never had it where both wheels are on the ground and the fuel light's on. Like, we must be really low on fuel. Oh, it's so much fun having this. This is the first scooter I've ever built, like fully done an engine build on and changed the crankshaft and bearings. I've never done that before, and it's still alive, so I must have done it right. I must have done a good job. I do like it, like when it over revs, it does sound good. Alright, so we got some serious bug splatter on my visor, so I need to clean that again. I only cleaned it the other day. Conclusions: we need to get some heavier rollers. I'm going to get some stiffer springs that are the same size as the contra spring we've got now, so we'll get them from Polini. I think it's going to be a real belt shredder. We're probably going to run through belts quite often. Because the torque driver's ribbed, it's eating the belts pretty quickly. I mean, we'll find out just how quick it is over, you know, the course of the rest of the year, I suppose. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It definitely needs a little bit more tuning. Is it worth it? On this bike, I'd say it's probably not worth getting an Overrange kit because the circumference of the torque driver and the variator is only a little bit bigger than what I was already running. So maybe not on this bike, maybe on something like the Yamaha Slider, you'd see a big difference. If you enjoy the content that we do here and you want to help support the channel, we now have paid memberships on YouTube that you guys can buy into, which will give you early access to videos, also access to a private members Discord channel that I'm setting up currently, and there'll be different categories where you can post things you're working on, things you've built in the past, parts that you've just purchased, and you'll be able to speak to me one-on-one, even do voice chats, video calls, that kind of thing, if there's anything you need to talk about. As well, with the paid memberships, you'll be able to get priority commenting on YouTube, where I'll respond to them faster and see them quicker than anybody else's, that kind of thing. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and there's going to be plenty more to come, so keep an eye out for the next one. See you later.
Yeah, put the team on my back, never fold, never crack.